Welcome to Module 4, The Inclusive Mindset. This module focuses on why mindset matters to diversity and inclusion. So let me tell you a story. So every year I do a thing called a birthday challenge. And a birthday challenge is simply this, and I encourage you to do it too. I do one thing that I've never done before, that I've always thought about doing, right? And it's to help keep life fresh and engaging and just get new perspectives and to keep learning. So really one of my first birthday challenges was learning how to ski. I had never been skiing. Again, remember I grew up in Michigan, Grand Rapids. But we grew up and we didn't have a lot of money, and so I didn't have the opportunity to go skiing and learn how to ski. So in my early 30s at that time, I said, hey, I want to go skiing. So I grabbed a bunch of my buddies and we went skiing at a little known place named Vail. And one of the interesting things in going skiing is it was super embarrassing. Right? Because there was these little kids who were like 3 or 4 or 5 years old who were like coming down a mountain like whoosh, 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 right? And I'm there on a magic carpet like, right? Just sliding on up the little elevator. And I felt inadequate. I felt like I should already know it. I felt like I should have been skiing before. But that is the power of the birthday challenge. Because it allowed me to lean into an area that I was unfamiliar with, or that I was ignorant in, or that I didn't know a lot about, and to begin to grow. And you know why that's one of the most powerful birthday challenges for me? It's because now I take my kids every year skiing, and they have a different experience. See, I had to overcome feeling stupid in order to take that birthday challenge. And my fear of feeling stupid had to be overtaken by my excitement to learn something new. And my friends, that's why mindset matters. And over my years of research, right, a decade of time just understanding diversity and inclusion, I've realized that there is really one thing that must happen in order for us to grow in the inclusive mindset. That one thing, that one secret thing, is that we take an active choice to make it something that we are and not something that we simply have to do. That's the inclusive mindset. Is that we approach every day and we choose to be that diverse, curious, learning person every single day. So, what is mindset anyway? Because you may say, that sounds like a really fancy word, right? What did you think, right? And so mindset, and I'll talk about it in a couple different ways. I'll get to Carol Dweck, who is an amazing researcher, one of my heroes of research and mindset. But J.D. Meyer, Director of Innovation at Microsoft, says that your mindset is your collection of thoughts and beliefs that shape your thought habits. And your thought habits affect how you think, what you feel, and what you do. Your mindset impacts how you make sense of the world and how you make sense of you. Your mindset is a big deal because they are related to mindset. It also helps to understand attitude and beliefs. That's mindset. It's not just what you think. It impacts what you do, your existence in the world. And one of the things that I've found is that there's also what's called the societal mindset. And the societal mindset is that we've actually conditioned people to flee failure rather than face it. Let me give you an example. Have you heard of this thing called the Rubik's Cube? Oh, let me show you. Okay. All right. So this is the Rubik's Cube, right? This is a little thing that I can't do at all. And the interesting thing about this Rubik's Cube is that you try to flip it around and make it all the things and get all the little the squares and colors the right way, which I still struggle with. But what I love about this Rubik's Cube is that, you take people, and there's documentaries on, TV about the Rubik's Cube, and it actually took me more time to say that there's documentaries about the Rubik's Cube than the world record, which is actually 4.22 seconds. But when is the last time you saw somebody, a news anchor, come on and say, hey, we'd like to welcome Anthony to the show. Anthony took 3 years to solve the Rubik's Cube. Everybody clap it up for Anthony. Like, that doesn't happen, right? We herald people that can do a Rubik's Cube behind their back, that can do it with their 2 front teeth, that can do it with their pinky toes, that can do it in shark-infested waters with their hands behind back, blindfolded, like, Rubik's Cube's done. That's what we herald in our society. We herald people and things that can do it better than other people. And that's not the inclusive mindset. The inclusive mindset is about our own development, our own growth, our own development and behaviors and skill sets and attitudes towards diversity and inclusion that helps us to be better one day than we were the last. A lot of the foundation of this work is owed to an amazing researcher by the name of Carol Dweck. She wrote a book called Mindset that is powerful. And as a Stanford PhD, one of the things that she has shared is that as we talk about mindset, there's two different types of mindset she identified in her research. First is the fixed mindset. And the fixed mindset focuses on, can I do it better than somebody else? It looks at failure as complete failure. It wants to ignore or flee away from anything that can challenge perceived intelligence. Everybody is competition. And if I don't think I can win, then I'm not going to show up. Versus the growth mindset is all about, how do I learn something new? A failure is fuel to get better. And if I don't know something, guess what? I don't know something yet. That's the beauty of the growth mindset. And when we attach that with the inclusive mindset, diversity and inclusion, it's that, yes, there's things that you and I don't know, but guess what? There's the power of yet. So what I've identified is that there are two different types of mindsets within diversity and inclusion. There's the inclusive mindset and there's the exclusion mindset. So let me walk through that with you real quick. So a person with the inclusive mindset focuses on trying new things even when difficult. When someone with the exclusion mindset focuses on only engaging in conversations and experiences that are easy. A person with the inclusive mindset takes initiative in an active role in diversity and inclusion growth, while someone with the exclusion mindset takes a passive approach and allows other people and organizations to drive the process. A person with the inclusive mindset listens deeply to others in order to understand, while someone with the exclusion mindset listens to disagree and bolster their own argument. A person with the inclusive mindset reflects, recognizes their faults, and seeks feedback from others, while someone with the exclusion mindset blames others and does not seek input from others. A person with the inclusive mindset intentionally engages others who look, think, and believe differently, while someone with the exclusion mindset either leaves all their interactions to chance and or only engages with those who look, think, and behave similarly. A person with the inclusive mindset focuses on ways that they can progress in their strengths and weaknesses in matters of diversity and inclusion, while someone with the exclusion mindset focuses on how to be perfect before they take action. A person with the inclusive mindset doesn't compare themselves to others because they are focused on their own growth in diversity and inclusion while still learning from others. While someone with the exclusion mindset generally compares themselves to those that they perceive are worse than they are. An example, at least I'm not as bad as. A person with the inclusive mindset risks their standing in others' perception of them while combating injustice or unfair treatment towards someone else, while someone with the exclusion mindset will stand up for others only if it is deemed safe and won't negatively impact them in others' eyes. A person with the inclusive mindset looks for opportunities to invite others who are missing from the room, especially the marginalized and underrepresented groups, while someone with the exclusion mindset focuses only on their self-interest. A person with the inclusive mindset acknowledges that good intent doesn't always translate to positive impact, while someone with the exclusion mindset thinks that just because they have good intentions, their missteps are not really a big deal. So, how do you approach it? What I found in what I call the inclusive exclusion mindset continuum is that there are 4 different approaches. Those who operate by the exclusion mindset, they approach it with this: I don't want to. Probably not going to learn, right? Another approach in the exclusion mindset is, I have to. I'm only here because my company's making me be here, right? Probably not going to learn. Imagine you go on your first date and you're like, I don't really want to be here. Just the app matched us, so I guess we'll enjoy these McDonald's fries. Right? That's the exclusion mindset. Well, those who operate from the inclusive mindset, they approach it from an I get to and or I love to. And I'm not just talking about training. I'm talking about people who are different or similar, because when we approach it from that perspective, it allows us a deeper sense of growth and development. And so, what is our action forward for this module? I'd love for you to think through the 10 characteristics of an inclusive mindset. Which are you currently doing well? And why is that the case? The second action forward is I want you to identify which of the characteristics of the inclusive mindset do you need the most help with, and what will you do to improve in those areas. Let's keep growing together, and I'll see you in Module 5.